Ninth annual scholarship presentation at Newton South High School. Just a little bit about myself. I graduated Newton South in 1965.
You don't look it. Gotta be you.
And I attribute a lot of my success to the education I got here. But when I applied to college, I applied early decision to the Wharton School, and instead of getting the fat envelope, I got a little envelope that said that they were terribly sorry, but Newton South High School had not sent my transcript. And they would therefore be going to defer me to the regular pool, which I was very upset about at the time, and I went to Principal Davidson, and as much as a senior in high school could raise holy hell, I did. And he apologized profusely and informed me that based upon my grades and activities, there was no way that I was getting into Wharton anyway. This is a totally true story, and it's a chapter in my book. Of course, I did get in. I proved him wrong, and the rest is sort of history. I still am a practicing attorney in communications and entertainment law. And in the mid-90s, I became a philanthropist of sorts, and I am chair of a global mental health organization called Active Minds, which I am very proud to say this week is starting a chapter at Newton South, which is terrific. So, that's sort of my story, and I credit Newton South, even though they didn't send my transcript, with a lot of my success. So, first, I want to, I'm very pleased that she is here and that she has supported us. I want to introduce the mayor of Newton. We always say the class of 1965 is the best class in the history of the universe.
Yes.
And Mayor Fuller is the best mayor in the history of the universe.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. I was just about to say, though, we've got 13 villages here. I've learned that no one of them is the best. I was going to say something like that, but when you add that accolade onto me, it's hard to push back on the class of 65. Could the class of 65 all raise your hand? You guys are the best. And you can see in Steve, I think, what's so amazing: education, giving back, and community, and links to each other. The friendships between each of you is what's making you love being here today. Stephen, where's Carl Finn? Okay, Carl and Steve, I know each of you are playing a part, but particularly to Steve and Carl. Sometimes there are people who have to work even harder, and I know it's the two of you who are helping carry the load. What I love about this program is, yes, you're handing out financial support, but you're giving of yourselves, you're linking these students to not just you, but all the friends and networks that you guys have created, and making sure that whatever their dream is for themselves, you're supporting them and wrapping them in a huge warm hug for years. Bravo to Roberto and Emma Alicia. Did I have this pronounced your name correctly? You're entering into just an amazing next step from Newton South. You're going to be tethered here in a different way through the class of 65, as well as your classmates. Congratulations to you, and I know there's some great people in the program. We're also just helping network too, so this is just all good. Bravo to all of you. And you're working with an amazing principal here also, so to Ms. Strauss, this is fabulous. Congratulations.
The next person who I'm inviting up is one of my oldest friends, Bobby Wexler, who I had breakfast with this morning, and he said he had some important words to say. I don't know what he's going to say, but come on up, Bob.
Thank you, Steve. I don't know if I can follow that mayor's speech, but I just wanted to say a couple of words. One is, if you think Steve is a little bit too straight, all you awardees, he has a wild streak in him that we all know about from high school, especially when he tried to drive from Newton Corner Library with just the two of us in the car and see how fast he could go on the back streets to get home. And he cracked up his car. And him and I shouldn't be here today, but we're here. But I wanted to just tell you, 12 years ago, this group started to talk about how we could give back to Newton South. And we had all these ideas, and we didn't have Zoom then, and we were on the phone, and we were emailing each other, and it was really, a million ideas, and we weren't getting anywhere. So I came up with a suggestion that we ask Steve to be the leader and kind of hold us all together. And he accepted, which I don't think he knew what he was getting into, but because of Steve, really, and all of us, but really because Steve taking on that position, he's done something I don't think any of us thought could happen when we first started this 12 years ago. We never imagined the success at seeing 8 students get mentored through their career and 2 more, and we have funds to do more. So as a special thank you to Steve, what we're doing as a group is, this is a special occasion. We've got 10 people here, right? So we're gonna make sure we get a picture of Steve with the 10 people, and we're gonna put it in a nice frame, and underneath it we'll have kind of a plaque, and we'll have some of the words that the mayor put in her newsletter. We'll have some words from some of the scholarship people, and some words from the committee, so that we can all thank Steve and remember him. So just for one quick moment, let's just give a shout out to Steve.
So first, I'd like to talk about the people who are here and who have come through this program, and a couple of them I'm going to say a few words because their testimony is much more important and than mine is about how great the mentoring is. So they have some stuff to say. But we have, I want to say a few words about all of them. Marcus Williams is here. Marcus, when I met Marcus, his mother Burnett came over to me and in this room and said, Marcus got into Cornell and Bowdoin, and I know you went to Penn, so you think you could convince him to go to Cornell? And in a 2-minute conversation, and I said, no, I can't do that, but I'll at least ask him why he's going to Bowdoin, because Bowdoin seemed to be his preference. And he gave a very cogent and intellectually satisfying answer. I looked at Burnett and I said, kid knows what he's doing. And he went to Bowdoin. He essentially created diversity and inclusion at Bowdoin. He chaired a committee there. He then, in his senior year, was elected president of the student body. So, you know, the kid's done all right. So Burnett should not have been concerned. So, and now he's at PTC, which is a digital technology company, and he's probably going to be the CEO in a couple of years. Gabby, where's Gabby? Gabby Maida Emilia Smith. Gabby was our second awardee. Gabby's from El Salvador. One of the jobs we had, Gabby was keeping her here, but she's here. She's got her green card, and she's married to Brendan, who's sitting with her. And Gabby went to Framingham State, and she graduated on the dean's list. Our classmate, Jackie Neal, basically found all the money to put you through school, which was tremendous. And now Gabby is a senior HR specialist at Agios Pharmaceuticals. And probably will be CEO shortly. Tyler Ross isn't here, but Tyler went to Howard, like his mother. I live in DC, so Tyler and I spent a lot of time together. We principally hung out at the Palm, where my picture is on the wall. And he always wanted to go to the Palm and sit under my picture. So I introduced him to palm fries, and he declared it the greatest food in the history of the world. He's a great guy. He's going to join us at O'Hara's later, but he's now project manager at the Boston Planning and Development Agency in Boston, and about to get a promotion. So he's doing really well. Grace Suga just graduated from the University of Vermont, and she's done very well at Vermont, and she's just landed a job. She's interested in urban landscaping and design, and she just landed a job with Gensler, which is one of the biggest urban design firms in the United States, or in the world. So she's done a good job. Paris Caldwell isn't here, but she's going to join us later. Paris was our first awardee. She inexplicably went to the University of British Columbia, for which I blame her guidance counselor. She couldn't afford to go back and forth to school. She dropped out of school, and Jackie Neal and I harassed her for 2 years until she enrolled at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. She graduated with honors, and she's now the operations manager at Ready, which is an adult use cannabis retail store. And
You're in Newton.
And she promised to supply me with edibles for the rest of the night. So that's Paris. And Raven Fernandez, there she is. Raven is a rising senior at Morgan State, not far from where I live. She's multi-talented. She is a competitive rapper. She's competed in that. She's headed to a career in music and production, and we're very proud of her. And she's going to graduate next year. It seems like yesterday. So Raven was the last award that we made, and we had two years off, so we're back. Sasha, where's Sasha? There she is. Okay. Sasha Restrepo is, I call her, she's the elusive mentee. Hard to find, hard to track down, and just kind of pops up when she wants. But she's a fabulous young lady. She graduated UMass Boston. She's working in the Attorney General's office, the Massachusetts Attorney General's office, and she, I don't know who convinced her to do this, but she's going to take the LSAT and become an attorney. Last but certainly not least, Emily Soto. Emily Soto could give a master class in menteeship. She knows how to use her mentors to great effect. Emily has wanted to be an optometrist her entire, maybe not her entire life, but at least since before I knew her. And I will take credit for helping Emily get through organic chemistry. Emily went to Mount Holyoke, one of the most competitive schools in the world, and did wonderfully there, and lo and behold, got into a super optometry school, New England College of Optometry, NECO, and she's just finished her first year. So these are awesome stories. I mean, these are unbelievable stories. 100% graduation rate for the kids that we mentored. We're very proud. Sasha, would you like to say a few words? I think you would.
Start off, I won't have to do so.
I never ask a question I don't know the answer. It's what they taught me in law school.
Okay.
Hi everyone. Hi. Oh my goodness. So I'm just like overwhelmed to be here. So excited to see everyone. So exciting to walk these halls and see everything just as I remember. But I think this is a really special moment that when I look back, it's so beautiful to see the same. And so I want to take a moment and ask everyone to just take a moment and just appreciate everyone right now. Because looking back, you'll be like, so nice to have this support, and this is what this mentorship is about. You have a community, a welfare of people who are backing you up, who are there to support you when you disappear. If you disappear like me, when things get hard, they're still gonna email you being like, hey, you disappeared, you're a ghost, you're probably going through something, give me a call, love you. That's the support that sometimes you need, and that's the support you get, and that's so meaningful for me, and I think for everyone, especially the past 2 years with COVID. We've all had so much suffering. I knew I was gonna cry, sorry. But it's happy tears, don't worry. But I think that's what this mentorship is about. It not only provides you support and love, and that support that we all need as humans, as students, as people, career people, as we're going to be adults and lawyers or whatever, doctors and all this stuff, CEOs and rappers and all this great stuff that we all need. And it's great that through it all, no matter where we came from, our struggles and all that, Newton South has prepared us for so much. And oftentimes we get trophies and plaques and scholarships and mentorships for all the things that we did good. But I think it's also important for us to remember about like all those tests that we failed, and those times we had to ask for extensions, and those times we cried at our guidance counselors, and all those times that we were like, I don't want to do this, I want to give up, I hate stuff, I want to disappear, I want to run away, I want to, whatever it was that we felt like. All those times are important that we remember, because those are what helped us move forward. Because as we go through, you guys can tell us, they're not going to stop. If not, they get worse. Sometimes from the people that are supposed to help us. And don't worry, but you know, like, and when you think about those failures and those bad times, that's what teaches you how to move forward and how to get through those next burdens and how to get through college. Because those times are going to happen in college too, and you're not going to sleep for days too, and you're going to have to go through it, and it's going to suck. But whether it's you need like that emotional support and all that, like all of that comes from this, you know, and sometimes even if it's like, whether it was like, I've wanted to do this whole LSAT thing for a minute, but like it's a lot of financial expense, and I got this scholarship in 2014, like, I feel getting wrinkles, you know, like, like I had to sit after a little with these heels, you know, so I you know, and I'm still here, you know, and I'm still so present, and though I'm a ghost and elusive, like I'm still so here and immersed in it, and they help me bring that in, and they're gonna be here for you, and I encourage you to always be mindful that like even when it's hard, they're gonna be there. Even when it's good, they're gonna be there. And even with this LSAT thing, I finally like opened up and was like, okay, like I need help, and immediately, you know, I'm now enrolled in a class, and I'm going, and I have a plan, and like yet again, you know, the scholarship, this mentorship, Jackie, you know, everyone else, like. You guys have always been, every teacher here that I've already said hi, I'm like, hi. It's just so exciting, and I love you all, and thank you.
I think Emily would like to say a few words.
Hey, I'll be talking for days if I don't write this. No. Cut me off after 3 minutes. Hi everyone, my name is Emily. Congratulations to the new scholars. Definitely this scholarship has been an amazing part of my journey, literally. So as Steve said, I graduated from Mount Holyoke, and now I'm at New England College of Optometry. I am a first-generation college student. I immigrated from the Dominican Republic when I was 9 years old. That was about, 15 years ago? And I was awarded the scholarship back in 2016 when I graduated. It has been amazing ever since. Steve and Margie have been the best, the most supportive, the most caring, and just they're always there for me, like the best mentors I could have ever wanted and have. I'm very grateful for them, because being a first-generation college student, I didn't have anyone up before me who did this. I am the only one in my family, the first one in my family to go through this. So, you know, they were there holding my hand along the way. Like Steve said, he did help me pass organic chemistry because they got me tutors when when there's too much going on at school, and they've been there for me from tutoring to even help me find an apartment recently that I'll be moving to near my school in Boston. Just literally, they've created a safe space for me to come to them and talk to them through my struggles, and boy, I had many. They talked through situations with me, even celebrated my small celebrations, my small little wins. Those are just snippets of what they've done for me. They literally, I could never, I don't even know how I would repay them, truly. They've become a huge part of my life, and I don't know where I'd be without them. But the most rewarding part out of everything is really getting to know them. I think definitely it was a journey to get to know them, and I'm so happy I know them. I want to be like that when I grow up. But yeah, I definitely try to give back in mentorship as much as I can. I'm actually a part of a program called Breakthrough New York. Even though I'm not from New York, I'm volunteering for New York, and I actually mentored 2 students. They just finished, I guided them through their first year in college. One goes to Barnard and the other one goes to SUNY, one of the SUNY schools. There's so many SUNY schools. But yeah, and I guided them going through my first year of optometry school, which was so hard. So it's like here I am going through my first year of optometry school, guiding first year college students. So that was just rewarding for me to do, giving back to what I had already done with Steve and Margie. But on to the new scholars, like congratulations again. This is an amazing scholarship filled with incredible individuals, like everyone from 1965, literally incredible. I've met so many of you. I've spent time with you guys, like even I was in San Francisco, California, I was in Oakland, and I got to meet so many of you, even from the other side of the world, or not the world, the country. I just have 3 pieces of advice for you. Definitely get to know your mentors. They're incredible people. Spend time with them, even if it's outside of school. It was a good distractor from school. It was like, you know, kind of like a breather, because school will get hard. Make sure you take advantage of the resources if it's anyone but Emily. I definitely do. Not only from them, but also from your schools. Definitely get to know what help is there, and don't be afraid to ask for help. And then last but not least, enjoy your college experience. I mean, I'm already 2 years out of college. Like, it's crazy. Like Sasha said, 2014 is when she got awarded this scholarship. Time flies, so definitely enjoy the sad moments, the happy moments, like the struggles. That's what, the little stumps on the road is really what help you become the person you are today. And I would not trade any of my little stumps, my big stumps along the way for anything. But yeah, thank you.
So, very impressive. And now, let's talk about our new scholars. First of all, there are plenty of thank yous to go around. Thank you again, Mayor Fuller, for honoring us with your presence today, and for your encouraging words, and for your great work in the city of Newton. Thanks to Tammy Strauss, Principal Strauss, and Kathy Sabat for their stewardship of our alma mater and all the help they provided with the scholarship selection program and making today's arrangements. We really appreciate it. And thanks to all the teachers and administrators at Newton South for the critical and challenging work you do so well. I am the father of I have 4 kids, and one is a teacher and taught in the New York City public school system, so I'm very familiar with the challenges of teaching. And thank you also to all my class of 65 colleagues for coming today, for the generosity in creating this scholarship, and also for the mentoring that they have done over the last 11 years now. This is the 9th time, as I mentioned, that I've visited Newton South to make these awards, and I really look forward to returning every year, and was saddened that we had to miss 2 years because of COVID. But even during those 2 years of COVID, we continued our supportive efforts, and we gave out $10,000 in additional scholarships to the scholars who are still in school. This year, for the first time, we are thrilled to be awarding 2 $5,000 scholarships, which we've never done before. On behalf of the class of 1965, it is an honor to ease the financial challenges of college education for deserving Newton South students, and to provide scholarship recipients with continuous, hands-on mentoring assistance during their college years and beyond, if they so choose. And so far, everybody we have mentored has chosen to continue, which could not make us happier. We now have a formidable mentoring team of 7 class of 1965ers who devote their time and their effort to our students. And as I noted before, thus far we have a 100% college graduation rate. And I've seen, and I know the mayor has seen, statistics about the college graduation rate of underserved students in the school system, and it's not a pretty picture. So to have 100% graduation rate is really something to crow about, and we're going to continue to celebrate that fact. Our approach to this evokes the ethical underpinning of a poem penned in 1899 entitled "The Bridge Builder." It's about an old man on a journey who with great effort crosses a rushing stream. Even though he's exhausted after his strenuous crossing, he decides to build a bridge over the stream, requiring the expenditure of even more time and effort. A passerby asks the old man why he would bother to build the bridge, given that he would never have to cross the stream again. And the old man explains, "There will follow after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. The stream that has been not to me, to that fair-haired youth, may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I build this bridge for him." This theme of moral obligation exemplified by the bridge builder definitely resonates with us. We not only want to help Newton South graduates financially, but also provide continuous hands-on mentoring so that they may be better prepared to confront the challenges of an increasingly complex and competitive world. Our core proposition is straightforward. We believe that qualified and motivated students should be able to obtain access to high-quality education regardless of their financial circumstances, and that the desire for learning and the quest for intellectual fulfillment should not be stifled by constraints unrelated to a student's motivation, character, and academic performance. Our 2 scholars this year have all the attributes we look for. They have both overcome personal obstacles, they have displayed perseverance, they are involved in their communities and in school activities, they are well regarded by their teachers and classmates, and they are dedicated to academics. Emilicia Gonzalez is described by her guidance counselor, Dan Rubin, as a deep thinker and creative spirit who has been on a steady upward trajectory since entering Newton South. She has trusting and open relationships with her teachers and has confronted all of her challenges with grace, determination, and a good heart. She's a 4-year member of the indoor and outdoor track teams and team captain, and through sports she learned that competing as an individual helps her to be the best version of herself. Emilicia is a first-generation student who was born in Puerto Rico and moved to the United States at a young age, and is from a close and loving family. She's a legacy scholar, a president of the Spike Ball Club. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but she serves food to the homeless and is focused on a career in medicine to help serve people. As reflected by her all-around achievements and her excellent academic credentials, Emilicia was accepted early decision by Tufts University, a tremendous accomplishment. Let's go Jumbos.
Yes, exactly.
Roberto Figuerio, if I pronounce it wrong, I am going to get it, I promise you. Our second scholar is also a superstar. As noted by his counselor, Christina Brown, Roberto is a quiet and observant leader who brings empathy, inclusion, and determination to everything he undertakes. In addition to his stellar academics, he has been the respected captain of the varsity football team, a valuable member of the basketball team, a legacy scholar, a church volunteer, and is engaged in many other worthy pursuits. He is also a Metco student, following in the footsteps of our scholars Tyler Ross and Raymond Fernandez. And like them, he has managed to navigate between two disparate communities and serve them both very well. As his counselor states, Roberto's personal philosophy is always make a connection with people wherever you go. And we are confident that attitude will take you to great heights. Roberto was accepted at several excellent schools and will be attending Temple University in the fall. The very quotable Winston Churchill wisely observed, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, whereas the optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty." This observation well defines Annalisa and Roberto, who stood out this year among several very formidable candidates. You've both shown great determination, perseverance, and resilience, and you have performed at the highest level in a very challenging and demanding high school environment. I know you have made your families proud. We are equally proud to recognize your accomplishments and award you these scholarships today. Annalisa, I will be one of your mentors along with two of my esteemed classmates, Barbara Grossman and Jackie Neal. Barbara, I mean, everybody gets me. The add-ons that count. Barbara went to Smith College, holds a master's degree from Boston University and a PhD from Tufts, where she is a long-standing and beloved professor of performance and theater studies. Lucky you. Jackie holds master's degrees from Antioch College and the Harvard School of Government, and was for many years the deputy director of the Cambridge Department of Human Services. Jackie has also mentored Paris, Gabby, Sasha, and Raven. Roberto, I will be your mentor, along with Jackie and our classmate Peter Lewinberg. Peter graduated from the University of Massachusetts, and among many other pursuits, he was a major gifts officer at the Leahy Clinic, a boat captain, and a long-standing UMass trustee, and also mentored Marcus Williams. In other words, your mentoring teams have been around the block a few times, and we're ready to assist you in any way we can to maximize your upcoming college passage and beyond. In closing, as a UPenn alum, I am duty-bound to pay homage to our founder, Benjamin Franklin, who wisely observed that an investment in education pays the best interest. Through our investment in you, we are confident you will succeed in all that you do, help repair the world, and someday give back to dear old Newton South, which has served you so well and brought you to this day of well-deserved recognition. So without further ado, I would like to ask Metro West to award the big checks to our deserving recipients. Congratulations, and thanks to everybody for